All right, today we're diving into something really unique, a text that's both strange and, honestly, pretty powerful. It's a prophecy, but here's the kicker. It claims it's not for some long-lost time, but for right here, right now.
Yeah, right from the get-go, this thing makes a bold claim. It's saying, hey, this isn't some dusty old scroll for a generation that's long gone. Nope. It says it's specifically for this final generation. So, it's pretty much pointing the finger right at us.
So what exactly is this vision about? Well, the text is called The Words of Isaiah's Blessing, and it says it's a revelation about the consummation of the age, which is, a pretty dramatic way of saying the end of the world as we know it.
And get this, it's not written like some vague, cryptic fortune cookie. The author, who takes on the identity of Isaiah, presents this whole thing as a personal, spiritual account, like he's watching it happen in real time. This final, great sorting of good from evil, what the Bible calls the harvest of the wheat and tares.
Okay, so at the very heart of this entire vision, there's a name. And this isn't just any name. It's a declaration of absolute power that really sets the stage for everything else.
So, here it is. The name revealed is Yahuwah Hanilcham V'Hamanatseach Tamid Al-Awevav. Now, in Hebraic tradition, names aren't just labels, right? They carry immense power and meaning. And this one is the foundation for everything that's about to go down. So what in the world does it mean?
It translates to this: I am the Lord, the Almighty to save, who prevails and treads forever over all mine adversaries. Wow. I mean, that's not subtle, is it? It's all right there. Total power, ultimate salvation, and a final, crushing victory. This is a statement of intent, and it's a big one.
Okay, so once that name is established, you can feel the tone of the vision just shift. It gets a lot more intense. We go from this declaration of power to a pretty dramatic picture of how that power is going to be used.
The prophecy says the Almighty will very soon descend from his throne to execute vengeance. So we're not talking about some far-off, distant future event here. According to this text, it's imminent.
And it describes this judgment happening in three very specific ways. First, it's going to be sudden, completely unexpected, like a thief in the night. Second, it's done by divine command, just the word of his mouth. And third, it's final and all-consuming, an unquenchable fire. No coming back from that.
And the text is super clear about why this is happening. The point isn't for it to be some secret, hidden thing. The goal is to make the condemned an open spectacle for everyone to see, to finally and publicly put an end to all opposition once and for all.
All right, now this is where the vision gets, well, really weird. To describe this massive cosmic judgment, the text uses a metaphor that feels so modern it's almost jarring. It talks about a sports league.
Yeah, a sports league, which, of course, brings up the million-dollar question that kind of unlocks the rest of this thing. In a holy vision about the end of days, what on earth is the league?
Well, according to this text, the league is basically everything. The entire stage of human conflict and struggle. And God isn't just the judge here. He's framed as the creator of the entire game, the originator and maker of all players, of the onlookers, and all they that do contend therein. He made the whole shebang.
And inside this cosmic league, the Almighty plays this really fascinating double role. For his enemies, he's the rock of offense, a stumbling block, something that causes terror and confusion. But for his followers, the besieged elect, he's the complete opposite, the rock of defense, their ultimate fortress and source of protection.
So when judgment comes, the whole league just falls apart. It's total chaos. The lights go out. The crowds are wailing. Even the high rims, whatever they symbolize, are forced to bow down. Every single rim and backboard is torn to pieces. The whole thing is just deconstructed, and everyone is left completely astonished.
And nobody gets a pass. This judgment is for everyone. It's not just the players on the court. The text is crystal clear. Everyone is held accountable. The onlookers in the stands, the coaches on the sidelines, the refs, even the commissioner at the very top. In this league, nobody is above the law.
So, after all that fire and chaos and the total collapse of the league, what's left? Well, the vision doesn't just end with destruction. It moves on to the aftermath, showing us what comes next, once that old system is completely gone. A brand new, undisputed reign begins. The Lord is crowned with that ultimate title of authority, Melech Melechim Va'adon Adonim, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The old, broken game is over, and a new kingdom is here.
And check out this imagery. It's just incredible. The prophecy so cleverly mixes that sports metaphor with traditional symbols of power. It says he will rule with a rim's rod of iron. What a striking image, right? It takes the wreckage of the old league and forges it into a symbol of absolute, eternal authority.
And what about the faithful? For them, the vision ends in a state of, well, total peace and reward. It says they'll inherit everything, become abundantly blessed, and live under His splendor forever and ever. A pretty good outcome.
So, what are we supposed to make of all this? It's a text that claims the ancient authority of a prophet like Isaiah, but then it speaks in this bizarrely modern language of a cosmic sports league. It really forces you to ask, are we looking at some ancient prophecy that we're only now able to understand? Or is this more of a modern parable, written for an age that's kind of obsessed with seeing conflict as just a game? The answer to that question, well, it changes everything.